Okay, so now that should be recording. Hopefully. I was also having trouble with the OBS with the microphone, so I don't think it's just TikTok this time. All right. Okay. Still hear me okay? We can get started just in case we lose the stream again. So I'm gonna open up, I gotta open everything I need. Georgia's, and then we need Ralph's. I took some more pictures today because we're definitely gonna finish May. We're at the very end of May. And then we'll probably move into June. We left off at May 27th. Okay, and this is Georgia. All right, perfect. I'm just gonna start reading. Let me know in the comments if you stop hearing me or something and I'll have to figure it out, but I think Ian helped me. Definitely gonna have to troubleshoot it. I think it's the cord. I'll just try not to touch it. All right. I hope people probably came on and then left because I wasn't on here. I did make an event for next week. I'm gonna delete my story that I made that's like, I can't get on. Sorry. How do I delete it? I don't even know. It's not even letting me. I'll just add another one. Ridiculous. Okay. So, May 27th, 1903. It's been a while. Last week it was Ian's birthday Thursday, so I didn't do the live. We were out eating with Grandma there. And so it's been a little while. Let's see. I can't even remember if anything crazy happened the last one, but maybe it'll refresh our memories. So, got up at 6:30. Helped with dishes. Did not go to office at all. Hey, Rachel. Rain nearly all day. Mended. Helped with dinner and dishes. Just gonna move in a little bit. There we go. Mowed lawn a while. Worked on waste. Went to bed at 11. It looks like she wrote out the word 11 and then wrote 30, which is interesting. She does not usually do that, but went to bed at 11:30. River rising on account of hard rains. Cool. She has been mentioning, and Ralph too, that it's been raining a lot. Okay. So for Ralph, rainy. Got up at 7. Oh, you know what? I gotta go onto my Discord and tell people that I'm on. That might help. Okay. Went to office and wrote a few letters. came back at 9 and worked on them till noon. Or no, not them. Worked on thesis till noon. Yeah, that looked weird. After dinner, went to office. It's frozen. Crap. I'm checking. Oh no, how long? Can anybody hear me? Can you guys see me? Hey Audra, am I here? Can you see me? Because I was frozen. Thanks for sending that in the Discord, guys. I did not even realize. I need to turn my Discord sounds on again. Let me know if you can hear me. That was so sad. That hasn't happened in so long. Which is making me think this problem, I don't even know if anyone can hear me. This problem, not one move, yeah. The problem with the microphone is probably not, it's very quiet. Oh, okay. It might be the other microphone coming up. It's probably actually TikTok, not my microphone. It does say that my microphone is picking up, the good one is. So let me know. I don't really know how to fix it if it's too quiet. It sounds good to you, Rachel? Okay. That's bizarre that it froze. So it must be something to do with TikTok. It did update, of course. Every time I come on, it updates. If anyone is able to go on to YouTube and just make sure that it's also working on there, just to make sure, because I use YouTube to record. So if it's not working on YouTube, it won't record right. But, oh, what a bummer. I was talking to myself for a while, I think. Okay, I'm going to just turn on my notifications for Discord if I can easily again. Yeah, here. I'm going to turn it on to... I don't know if I do all messages, it's just going to go off all the time, but I'm just going to do that because I didn't hear it. You were just there and it was working. Oh, it was working the whole time? Or you were on YouTube? Because TikTok definitely froze. Now I know what you meant, Grandma. I didn't realize that it was frozen. Error. I'm wondering if it's like my connection, but usually that's not an issue. Because I'm on an Ethernet cable. Usually that's not... You had trouble getting here, but it showed you live, so I figured you were trying to... Yeah, I was actually, I think, live for a little while. And then the original problem I had was my microphone, but then it froze up or something. I don't know. Now I'm afraid to touch anything. Okay, I'll keep going, and definitely spam me on Discord if I freeze again. I don't know what's going on. All right, came back at 9 and worked on thesis till noon. Oh, sorry, you guys weren't here for this, but I was just reading away. Yeah, Ian had a good birthday. You see, I was talking about not being here because of Ian's birthday dinner, and none of you heard me. Yeah, we had a good time. We ended up going to New Hampshire for the weekend, and we hiked, and that was fun. And then he got to eat out at this restaurant down the street. It's a really nice restaurant. So we had a good time. Okay, so when I was reading on my own, Georgia mowed the lawn, which was interesting, and the river is rising because it's been raining a lot. And then Ralph is writing his thesis, so that's kind of where I left off. It was only on the first day, but okay. Went to office and worked on cement testing till 6. Papa came in and went to supper with me. So he must be... Is he in Rhinebeck right now or something? I'm confused. Because he doesn't call Georgia's dad Papa, but... I will just keep going. His train was late, yeah, so he must, his father must have come to visit. Should just keep reading. Every time I'm confused, every time I don't understand what they're talking about, usually they answer me in the next sentence. Thank you for the follow, funny girl. This is not a typical live. This one I'm fumbling a lot with technology, but... Went to river to see high water and also to... dry I don't know what that says. Okay. Went to river to see high water and also to something. Came back and talked. So it's a place. Run? Yeah, I almost was going to say rum too, but I don't think it... Dry run. What is this? Street? South? Maybe. Does look like it's dry. Dry. It could be dry river. That is just a mess of a word. Yeah, I don't... What would I Google, though? Well, I'll Google Waterloo, Iowa. Dry rub recipe. Dry run creek? There is a dry run creek. Okay, okay. So that makes sense. I don't think that says creek, but I think that's a good clue because he went to the river to see the high water, and this must be relating to dry stream. You think it says stream? Maybe. That is an interesting just jumble of letters. But yeah, I feel like it's definitely something. Oh wait, what's this? This is a sewer. First and the only of its kind. Oh my god. My Diary detectives. You might remember this. This is so crazy that this is coming up again. The dry run, it might be sewer. This picture, do you remember this, Rachel? We saw this a long time ago. I have no, yeah, Valentina, you remember? I forget why. Why did it come up? But there was a banquet in this sewer. For some reason. I forget all the details, but oh my god, that's insane that that's coming up. And it was, I think, talking about the... I think it was when we were looking at the Weatherman Diaries, or maybe it was Georgia's, like, 1895 diary, but how funny that that's coming up again. I think that's what it is. S-E-W-E-R. It's squished, but what a lovely place to dine. Okay, it came up in the Weatherman. Do you remember, Jen, like, why? Dry river. Is it dry river sewer or dry? I don't even. Okay. I'm like mind blown. Dry run sewer. Yeah. Do you remember why it came up? I need to know now. That is the craziest crossover. We were hoping we would, like, get an appearance from Todd, but I know, it was weird. You know, it's probably way back in the Discord. Let me just, I'll search quickly, and I probably, if I can't find it, I'll just move on and I'll look later, but I'm gonna search the Weatherman Diary one for sewer. Jen, it was you who sent it. Oh my god. Cool. Okay, hold on. Why were we talking about this? I need to know. But I see you had sent it. The Dry Run Sewer Banquet in 1903. But I'm trying to click on the post and just see that. Okay. It's because I want to see what the context is. It was last December. Oh my god. Just gonna leave this here. Oh, I found this. Guys, this is crazy. Okay. We were talking about Waterloo. Okay, so it was during the Slippy Diaries. We've been doing this for a year. Oh my god. It must have been during Georgia's Diaries. And I was looking through the Library of Congress. I must have been looking at old pictures of Waterloo, and I found this. So I guess it wasn't during the Weatherman Diaries, unfortunately. But how cool is this? Hold on, it's trying to open Microsoft Edge. So this is the picture I sent in the Discord, and it's the exact picture that we just found. Sorry, that was just like a crazy throwback. Okay, so interesting. So it's not a crossover between Weatherman Diaries and this one, but I wish it was. Still, it is funny when, like, that meant nothing to us back then. It was just like a weird thing, but I never in a million years would have thought that would find its way back into my life. So, oh yes, I guess we have to figure out now why they actually did that. I'm just, like, moving on, but here is the... Let's see if I can get the link to just open for it. Why is it opening Microsoft Edge as my default browser? Ugh. Chrome. Okay, this is the article that Jen had sent. October 1903. So I wonder if he'll go. So this was the sewer banquet is in October of the, yeah, it was 1895 diary. It was in October of this year that we're reading now. I feel like I have to go look. In the underground chamber, 450 guests, the women in high heels and richly embroidered gowns, filed down a ready-made stairway in a block-long section of the sewer between Wellington and Randolph Streets. Many guests were representatives of the state of Iowa or city officials who were holding a convention in Waterloo. The $100,000 sewer project provided an underground conduit between the marsh and the Cedar River. I know, if he goes to it, I'm gonna lose it. Should I look? Yeah, that's crazy. $100,000 back then. I'm sure... I'm writing it down now. I don't know how long we want to spend on it now, but I am, like, deep diving into, I'm deep diving into the sewer. Okay, that just, like, brought me back to life. I was feeling bummed about the technical difficulties, but now I'm, like, back in it. It didn't occur to me that we would actually talk about it. I know! Oh my god. Okay, so, yeah, let's find out. This is hilarious. He's definitely there, because Georgia's father is, like, the city engineer or something at the time, so he's really prominent in the city. I feel like they're gonna go. If he's visiting the dry sewer on a regular old day, he must go to the banquet. So let's look up the dry run sewer. Oh, that is so gross and weird. And we're looking at October 1903 in Waterloo. Let's find out what day this... Maybe he built it. Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm not logged in. What is going on with my computer? There we go. Okay. Here's a picture. William Corbin. Oh, the contractor who's now completing the big dry run sewer. So they did just build it. That's probably why they had a big banquet. Okay. Banquet here. Dry Run Sewer Banquet is a feature of the meeting. Preparations for the big sewer banquet. Is it on October 3rd? I I saw October 1903, but was it actually October? That, okay, maybe it's here. Does it say anywhere that it was this day? Okay, here, I think October 14th. So I'm gonna look at around October 14th in the diaries. I will start with Georgia's. Wait, is this Georgia's? They look exactly the same. They're becoming much more fragile the more I handle them, which is not good, but I handle them very gently. I think this one is Georgia's because his has his name in it. Okay, October. Sorry, I'm trying to flip through it without being too rough. 14th. Okay, I'll just read it. I don't think it mentions it, but got up at 6:40, ironed nearly all morning, and helped with other work. Helped with dinner and dishes, wrote a letter, went downtown and to see Myrtle at the market. Cloudy and rained some in PM, and hard in evening. Helped with supper and dishes, worked a while, and then played flinch 1 game and won. Still playing flinch. Went to bed at 10. Okay, so she didn't go. October 14th, she didn't go. But, let's see. Does Ralph go is the question. Imagine going down into the sewer for the banquet. I know, very classy. The women in their gowns. Ridiculous. Okay, I'm surprised she didn't go. Okay, hold on. October 14th. No, I don't think he does. Got up at 7, went to breakfast, wrote letters to folks and Clifford, and printed pictures till 12:30. After dinner, studied till 2. Maybe he's at work, at school, I mean. Went to something. It's 3 letters. It looks like HIT. Doesn't look like it's anything to do with this banquet. Read in library and something room till 3 and came back and studied till 6. Got supper. Yeah, so he wasn't in Waterloo. Dang it. That would have been hilarious. I wonder if it mentions, though, maybe her dad went. Let's see. On October 13th. I'm going to put in Newton. That's not him. How about anything else around there? Like, does it mention he went? Oh, well, here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, he's the city engineer at the time the dry run sewer was projected, and we have this picture, and it has always said the dry run sewer, but I never noticed that that was important. I love that. So this article must be about the dry run sewer. Oh, and this is the same one that popped up about, this is the guy who is completing it, and M.L. Newton, who is Georgia's dad, was the city engineer at the time the sewer was, I guess projected means like planned. Oh my god, I love that. That's amazing. Oh no, am I frozen? You can see the comments, but I meant like on Addie's screen. Oh, hold on. I didn't see what you said. Come dine where the shit flows. $100 a ticket for a night. Love it. Okay, I'm not frozen. Oh my god, that is so funny. What a time. And actually, I think this guy, there's a Marsh. No, that's Barney Marsh, so never mind. That's not him. What is this? A section of the sewer before completion. This shows the sewer between Wellington and Randolph Streets near the point of entrance. So I am going to read more, but I wonder if, like, was the sewer dry because it wasn't, like, running, and then after the banquet they got it up and running. So many people were not in the media back then. It's cool to have diaries mention people. Yes, it's so true. And this one, compared to some of the other diaries that I've done, I feel like these people are way less prominent in the newspaper, or like not prominent, but they're not mentioned as much. But yeah, it's true. They could be just not mentioned at all. It's pretty cool that her dad was so important in that city. And I wish we had pictures of Georgia, but Ralph too. He's all over the newspaper. I don't feel like reading this whole thing. So maybe he went to go check on it to make sure it wasn't flooding or something. I have to know if he helped build it. I'm gonna keep that open because I wanna look up Slippy. Because he wasn't the city engineer yet. Is there any, like, around here, any mention of Slippy? No. No mention of Slippy in October 1903. He was still in college at that point, so maybe he wasn't officially working on it, but that is so funny. It being out of commission makes sense why they call it a dry run. Yeah. Oh, you put, thank you, Jen. I gotta refresh. Oh my god, I'm like way back in 2023. Here we go. I think it was to celebrate that they had finished it. Following floods in 1884, 1897, and 1902. It started as a joke between local newspaper writers. I love it. So this is the article. It's going to open on Microsoft Edge. Urgh. Somewhere when my computer updated, it just decided I like Microsoft Edge, and I don't. Here we go. 450 people. That's insane. Seeking to provide better drainage in the downtown between Dry Run Creek and the Cedar River. I wonder if it's still there. I love the postcard. The banquet hall. Music. Ice cream, lobster salad. This is what they ate. Can you guys see it? It might be too small. Oyster, wait, what's that say? I don't even know. That's some fancy word. Oyster cocktail, Kennedy's wafers, escalloped oysters, and celery. Just gonna ask about what they were serving. Cold roast turkey, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, brown gravy, French pea patties, Vienna bread, Parker House rolls, dry run punch. Ugh! They named the punch after the sewer. That's hilarious. Even people in 1903 had a sense of humor. Ew, sliced cold tongue. Sliced ham, pressed veal leaf, radishes, olives. Fruit jelly, lobster salad, wafers, salted almonds, Waldorf salad. Is there any rhyme or reason to this? Ice cream, La Rose or La Rose, I don't know what that is. Devil's food, macaroons, kisses, angel cake. That must be all desserts. Pineapple cheese. I don't even know how to say that. Roquefort cheese, dense water crackers, and coffee. Oh my god. Okay, I love it. An orchestra and a quartet, and all of these prominent speakers. It would be amazing if Ralph spoke, or her dad. I love it. $3 ticket. So the ticket was $3. I know, we need to make sewer punch. That'll be what we make, in how we made the kolaches or kolachkis. I never can say it correctly. How we made that for the Weatherman Diaries. We'll make sewer punch for this one. 450 guests arrived decked out in their best suits and evening gowns. While the music from the orchestra sang against the sewer walls. Cigar smoke soon filled the air. Oh, that sounds safe. As Mayor Martin served as Toastmaster at an event which drew worldwide coverage. Oh my god. No other municipality can hope to equal. No other city will be able to give us a banquet in a sewer. And here is Mr. Newton. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse again, can you? What if I click here? Now you can. Here's Mr. Newton. That is perfect. You know I'm going to be looking into that way more. I can't believe that came up from him just saying dry run. Thanks, who told me to, was it Carly? Who told me to Google it? Thank you for telling me. Just throw it together, whatever you have in blend. Yes, literally, just like the kitchen sink, how there's always, it's like a saying, a drink, the kitchen sink, or food, you just put everything together. Sewer, what was it? Sewer punch? Alright, that was a good tangent. We're 24 minutes in, we've got one day gone. Google is life. Got up at 6:40. Helped with, I already did this, right? No, I didn't. Helped with dishes. Ironed. Went to office. The only thing that would have made that better is if they went to the sewer banquet. Went downtown. I don't think I would have recovered. I think I would have had to just stop. Helped with dinner. Hey, Emily. You want some sewer punch? Helped with dinner and dishes. Went over river after the boys who were working over there. Went to office. Helped with supper and dishes. Went down to bridge to see the high water, which is just awful. Went up to Grandpa's a while. Went to bed at 10. Okay, I wonder if they're mentioning, there might be pictures of the high water in the newspaper. I'm just gonna write it down for now so we can actually make a dent. But I'm gonna write that down. Okay. Ralph. Oh, he's got a short one on the 28th. Clear. Got up at 6:30. Spent day in Oak Lawn. Oak Lawn edition. Netting. Walk. Setting. I don't know if that's actually what it says, but it sounds right. And he'd be setting. Oh, hold on. Setting walk grades. This is all like railroad and engineering talk. It might not even be about railroads, but he does talk about setting grades. I don't know what walk grades are, though. And something sewer levels. And running. Sewer levels? I don't know. Walk grates? Maybe. I think it's a D. He does talk about setting grades, like, I guess it's like slopes of land when he does his surveys, but I don't know what walk grades is. Maybe it's like the sidewalk. And then here too, I have no idea what he's writing here. In evening something. I think he started to write something and then stopped. He might have, maybe he was going to write Georgia. Repairing sewer levels. It could be. I think this D from the A is interfering with that letter, but it could be. It would make sense though, repairing. I was thinking it was GE too. That's why I was saying like maybe he was going to write Georgia. Or even he has a lot of friends named George or Geo. I'm not sure. Repairing sewer levels does sound like it could be right because if it's been really rainy, maybe some things got damaged. Alright. Oh, this is Ralph's anyway, but Georgia on May 29th. For those of you who don't know, they are engaged right now. At least we think. They're definitely going to get married in December of 1903. We didn't see them officially get engaged, but I've just been assuming, unless he proposes to her during the diary, I assume they're already engaged. Okay, so she wrote a part cloudy day and windy, and got up at 6:30, helped with dishes, went to office, helped with dinner and dishes. Her family rents out part of their house to boarders. So when she's talking about doing all these dishes, she's taking care of them. Didn't go to office in PM. Went to river with Ralph and Albert. Okay, we recently realized that she has a cousin named Ralph. We knew this, but I don't know. I'll have to look back. Because she mentions Ralph a lot. And sometimes it's in the middle of the week, and I'm like, why is he there? He's saying he's at, school. That's Ralph the cousin, I think. I don't think, unless Ralph talks about going to Waterloo, I don't know. Oh, he does say Georgia and I. Oh, no, it's totally him. Georgia came after us in the evening, so this is actually Ralph. But Albert has a brother named Ralph, so that can get confusing. And stopped at office, coming home to lock the windows. Helped with supper and dishes. Ralph and I went to river and then up to Grandpa's a while. Took a little walk and went out. I got lost. Took a little walk and went to office a while. I'd done some typewriting for Papa. It's interesting that she says it like that. She says I'd done some work, I'd done some typewriting. And she finished high school, so I don't know, that must have just been how they spoke back then. Done some typewriting for Papa and R. Made something. I'll zoom in on that in a second. Went to bed at 10:30. Made some FRIC. I don't know if that's some kind of food that I don't know. Sounds like it when made it. FRICATES. I don't think that's what it is, but that's my guess. It's not fried. It could be. Oh, is it brioche? Could it be a B? BRI. Or ooh, what's that, Jen? It definitely, I don't know if I see a G. It could be an F. It could be an F. Does she have another F or lowercase b starting a word? It's hard to search that kind of thing on my document because I can't search just like a lowercase b. It's just going to show me, and I mean there's a lowercase b here, but we want a word that starts with, oh, bed. Okay, bed. And I don't think it's I don't know, is it? Now what about F? It's not an F. I don't know. Sometimes when they would write different words, it's like it shows up differently. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't look like either. It kind of looks more like a B. I think it's an F. But then she puts her F like this. Now, what about, here's how we'll know, because she's writing FR, right? So if we find like a letter from, that she is writing from, I'll just look for the word from. I need it on her side. This document is half Ralph, half her. Okay, so home from Depot. This is on January 30th. So I'm going to scoot over there. Okay, January. All the way at the end. Oh, why is that January 6th? Oh, do I not have? Oh no, that must have been extra. January 30th. From. That's definitely not how she wrote that letter. I feel like it's a B. Friends. Yeah, I could look up the word friends too in here and see. Friend. Okay, February 6th. It's hard to skim these. Friend. Okay, FR here. Again, it dips down. Well, I don't know. This doesn't dip down, but is that just because she doesn't continue it? It could be. I don't know. Find a B. Okay, what is a word but? No, we want BR. What's a word that she would say? Breakfast? Breakfast. Okay. Did she mention it on this day? Or brought? Does that have, what do we think? Hold on. I'm getting a little jumbled. This is the one we want. So it would be BRI. If you can think of anything that would be BRI, let me know. But I'm going to, for now, I mean, she mentions breakfast so much, but let's see if she mentions breakfast actually close to where we're reading. May 26th. We read that today. So I'm going to open it up again here. May 26th. That doesn't look like a B. Well, I don't know. No, she doesn't do it the same, because with the B, she has a loop here. And another loop here with the R. And she does not have that. Well, she has the loop here. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think it's an F? Or did someone, when you were saying friends, think this could be like the word friends? Because now I'm kind of thinking FRIEND, but I don't know what's going on here. I think it's a food. I know, this is tricky. You know what might solve our problem? Let me just quickly read his. Because who knows? Yeah. Let me just skim it. Got up at 6:30, and we'll type it after. But Georgia came after us in the evening. Went for a walk after supper. Went first to Barry's, then to office, or made some cement. Aha! Briquettes. It's briquettes. She just doesn't know how to spell it. Because he wrote briquettes. He's testing cements right now. So maybe a briquette. I'm assuming a briquette of cement must be like a little brick. A compacted block of aggregate that can be made from cement and sand. Okay, so it's a thing. Okay, so they made briquettes. I'm like, ooh, what kind of food is she making? Yeah, she just has no idea what she's talking about, probably. I wouldn't. Okay, so we didn't need to do... I know, that's like... It is nice work. Good job, everybody, for... I should have just read the... I should have just read Ralph's thing. Okay, so how should I spell this for her? We'll say... That's how she spelled it. No, that's okay, Carly. We were all far off. Sometimes, man, these answers are, like, crazy. But it's pretty cool that we found it, because otherwise we would just be stumped. I don't know what I would have thought, but it is... So it is a B. I guess I'll delete that. Which is interesting, because it looks different than her other B. Fascinating. Imagine someone trying to decipher our diaries 100 years from now. Yeah, I know. They'll be like, what does this abbreviation mean? Thank you. Yeah, Ileana. Sorry, not Ileana. Ayana. I had forgotten to. Okay, on that note, it does look like it could be biscuits. Is it biscuits? I'm pretty sure it's... Oh, now I don't know. I think it's briquette because this dot here. But what do you guys think? Actually, it could be biscuit also, because the dot, sometimes he dots his eyes like far over. It's got to be briquettes because her BRI was clear. That is true. Yes, her definitely. But let's, for the heck of it, look up a concrete biscuit. It's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know. I think she definitely, it looks like it says, because it looks like it says B-R-I-C-A-T-E-S, which is probably how someone would spell briquette if they didn't know what Ralph was even talking about. Plus his B is capitalized, which you probably wouldn't do for biscuits. Yes, that's true. Yum, biscuits. I'm going to go with briquettes. But that is a valid thought. Definitely. There's a lot of stuff he brings up that I don't fully understand because he's all like engineering speak. But it was clear. He got up at 6:30. We kind of already read this one, but set walk grades on west side in AM and sheet and walk grades on street. Yeah, so that must be like the sidewalk. Biscuit supremacy on Franklin 8th and 9th Streets. Went home and to bed at 11 as if he just teleported. Surely took some time to go. I know, and he's usually so thorough, I'm surprised that he didn't detail every step of the way. Okay, in PM. Oh, streets. He wrote streets like that. Georgia came after us in evening. Georgia and I went for a walk after supper. Went first to Berries. That's Georgia's family, her grandfather. Then to office at 9, where I made some cement briquettes capital. I think he is capitalizing C. Also, he does random capitalization. Went home and bed at 11. Love it. But did he... Yeah, that's how your grandpa wrote. Did he write too many words? Or, yo, bro, that's too many words, bro. What, to explain how you got home? Everyone's cursive looks the same at that time. It's surprisingly... actually, his handwriting seems like it's been getting a little bit better. I have had a hard time reading his. Oh, the teleporting. I've been having a harder time reading his than hers. But right now, they look kind of similar. You guys should see. I took some pictures. Maybe I can pull it up. It must be in June. He started writing with a pen. Look at this. It's so juicy. Love it. We're not there yet, though, so I won't... keep it up. I want it to be a surprise, but that's how your great-grandmother's writing looked. That's cool. It must be partly because they taught handwriting a certain way, but I've found, like, there's a lot of variation. But yeah, that's true. That there was probably a standardized way of teaching cursive. Okay, so this is May 30th. This is the last entry in May for them. Got up at 7, rainy all day and cold. Done dishes. And other work. Helped with dinner and dishes. Worked on my waist. Sounds like she worked out. She's been embroidering a waist shirt or a waistcoat or something that she calls her waist. Read papers. Talked to Ralph. Helped with supper and dishes. Mama and I went downtown. We also don't have a picture of her mom. Ralph and Papa went to lodge. Probably talking about the Masonic Lodge. Played Flinch, of course, a while. Flinch is their favorite card game. When they came home. Went to bed at 11:30. Okay. Hold on, the chat is going. I want to read it. Handwriting analysis is the least reliable way because it's so inconsistent for everyone. Yeah, that is true. Like, their handwriting, just depending on what they're writing with, and mine too. Depending on what I'm writing with, it looks totally different. And it's not an intentional thing. It's just kind of, it varies. The audacity of my great-grandparents for not writing journals. I know, I feel the same way. And you know, the saddest part is they may have written journals and they might have gotten lost with time. I wish I could find some from my grandparents. That would be so cool. It would be in Portuguese, but I could have someone translate it. Or knowing me, I would learn the entire language of Portuguese just to translate it. Okay. May 30th for Ralph. My aunt did say that my grandfather wrote something. Like, she mentioned it was like an autobiography, but not like, I don't think it was a full... Like, when I think of autobiography, I think of like a book. But I think she said he wrote something small, like about his life, and she said she couldn't remember where it was or if it even, like, what it was, but it would be cool to find that. My great-grandmother logged all their expenses. Very interesting. Yes. I'd be so happy to find have an ancestors journal. That'd be so cool. Makes me sad to think what will happen to my journals. Oh, well, you pass them down to your family. If that's the thing too. Like, these diaries are so far past. Like, these people are so long gone. It sounds bad to say that, but it seems less personal. But oh, what a cute corgi. Thanks, Phil. I don't know if I would, like, I've thought about this because I read diaries on TikTok Live. Like, would I want to pass down my diaries to my children and have them read it? I don't know. But if it was like 5 generations from me, I wouldn't care. I don't know. Someday I'll have to think about that. I write my journal for this purpose. I want them to have that voice and experience. I'm sure they have ancestors. Have you tried to find... Yes, Carly, we did find... unfortunately, Ralph and Georgia didn't have kids. So we don't have any direct ancestors, or I mean descendants of them, but we did find, like, Georgia's uncle or great uncle's descendants. There are still members of that family living in... Yes, I'll write the specifics in my will. You cannot read it, but pass it down, and in 5 generations you can read it. We found, like, distant family to her that were descendants, and they're going to take the physical diaries after we're done with them. We haven't found Ralph's family descendants yet, but that is because I haven't really looked much. So I do need to get on that, because anyone who is a relative, I happily will send them either like the physical diaries, depending on pretty much whoever answers me first, I send the physical diaries to. But I always like am willing to send digital copies to anybody who is related. So I do want to try to find Ralph's family too. I just kind of stopped after I successfully connected with someone with Georgia's. I stopped looking, and I should like start looking again, because that's a whole nother side of it. All right. Rainy. Okay, I was wondering what I was doing. Got up at 7. Studied till about 9:30. Went down and, I was gonna write went down, but went down and had some work done by Dr. Cotton. Oh no, that's his dentist. Went to office. He's been going to the dentist a lot. And came back at 11. Went for mail. Did he have a tooth pulled? What did he have? I'll have to look. He had something, like a big dental, he had a toothache or something, and I think he had the tooth pulled. Ralph's last name is, Slippy. His full name is Ralph Bethuel Slippy. Thank you, Carly. And the diaries are from 1903. He was born, I don't know the answer off the top of my head, but I can find it. Oh, I think it's 1881, because I think it's the same as Ralph. Yeah, 1881. So these are his details. If you do want to like look into him at all or look him up, on my website I have this Google slide linked, so you can see all of that there. Slippy is an iconic name, so slay of him. Yes. And I don't know if we have, here it is. That man Slippy. This was a newspaper article about him. He's a mayor. He was a mayor. The mayor of Waterloo, actually. So that's what that article is about. That man Slippy. The Slippy ticket. Sounds gross. Went for mail at noon. After dinner. Studied till 2. I am glad, though, that we're not just reading diaries of people who are named John Smith. Like, the most common names, because Ralph Slippy, you can't miss him if you're looking him up in any newspaper. So it is nice when you do get a very unique name. Went, oh, hold on. After dinner, studied till 2. Yes, went to Dr. Cottonmouth, the dentist. Then stopped a few minutes at City Hall. Talked with Georgia till supper time. One set of my ancestors is James and Mary Murray from Ireland. So many immigrants with that name. Yes, I feel you. Mine, I was talking about this last time, but on my Portuguese side, everyone's name was Maria. And if their name wasn't Maria, their middle name was Maria. So it's like really hard to find any. I'm trying to think of what. It was like a great grandmother I was looking for, and there were so many of them. I can't remember what exactly the last name was because, of course, she was a woman, so when she married, her last name goes away. But talked with Georgia till supper time. After supper, shaved. And went with MLN. That's Martin Luther Newton. That is Georgia's dad. To Masonic Lodge. Work in second. Walk. Work in second. I don't know what that means. My daughter-in-law family is Murray. Oh, which part? Left for a minute. Yes, Rachel's from Ireland. Murray must be a very popular Irish last name, huh? I actually know a few Murrays over here. Work in second. Got back at 10. And Georgia and I beat Mr. and Mrs. Newton in 2 games of flinch. How cute is that? He and Georgia are playing against Mr. and Mrs. Newton in flinch. I can't believe we've only read through 3 days of this diary and I've been on here for an hour. I feel like we have to make a dent in June. We had a good conversation in the beginning, though. There was a lot of time taken up by technical issues. Oh, no, there's one more day. Dumb. I knew there was a May 31st. Okay. Got up at 8:45. Helped with dishes and do other work. Read a while. Cloudy and rained part of the time. Helped with dinner and dishes. It would be embarrassing to not beat them after all the flinch they play. Yes, that's true. Both born about 1870. All I know is U.S. Census says born Ireland. Yeah. That's the problem that I have with my Portuguese side. The French-Canadian side of my family, my mom's side, is actually pretty well documented. Even though I don't right now subscribe to the international ancestry, it's really expensive. Ancestry in general is so expensive, and I can't justify keeping the world subscription. So I don't have that on, so I can't really see anything that's from Portugal or from France, but still a lot of it shows up from not from France. They were partly from France, but most of it is from Canada. So sometimes stuff does still show up because it just seems like they were just really well documented. Like I can go all the way back to I think the 1700s with my mom. I don't know if it's completely accurate, but it's more just for fun. I mean, what does it really matter to me? But my Portuguese side, I am dead stop at my I think my great-great-grandparents is the last that I've been able to find. Maybe a little bit further back on some of them, but it won't even make any suggestions. The French side, there's a million suggestions for every single person, and it's always oh, I think we found the father, I think we found the mother, but not on the Portuguese side. I don't know. Oh, I love that, Rachel. And yeah, it's wicked expensive. Ancestry it's I think a great thing to have. I really enjoy having it and I use it a lot, so that's how I've justified paying for it, but man, it hurts. All the Polish and French stuff I gotta look into is so close yet so far because I'm broke. Well, Emily, look into there are a couple of sites that are free that I recommend, and obviously I'm an amateur genealogist, so do your own research too, because I'm sure there are people out there who know what they're talking about. But familysearch.com is free and has a lot of the same stuff as Ancestry, a lot of the same databases it can access. It's just I find it a little bit harder to search, but it's free, so try it. Then there's findagrave.com is free. That isn't really as great for connecting back in a family tree, but it can definitely help you find people if you know their birth and death date, or where they died or approximately when. I like Find a Grave a lot. And then there's also, I can't remember if I think it's archive.com. I think that's actually what it's called, or internetarchive.com. You can search on there, but that searches the entire internet. So it I found it very difficult to navigate, but try Family Search, definitely. And if you're finding a lot on Family Search, maybe subscribe to Ancestry for a month or two, or wait for a sale, because sometimes they have good deals. I think the best deals I've seen for Ancestry are when they have you can get the DNA test for $50 or something, and then they give you 3 months of a subscription. So they do have every once in a while things like that come up, but it's just hard to get around it. It's so expensive. But it has a great family tree feature, I think, Ancestry. Yes, Find a Grave, it's awesome. Because it's also free, and I find, sometimes Find a Grave has pictures of people that aren't anywhere else. Newspapers.com is another one that I pay for. That's a subscription. That's what I've been like when I search the articles. But there are also lots of free newspapers if you know what town you're looking in, or I don't know if you had said it was in the United States or not, but I ended up finding on my dad's side in Rhode Island, the town in Rhode Island that they all grew up in, I ended up finding all of these old newspapers that were actually free. And they weren't on sites like newspapers.com. They were from the library of that city. So it's definitely worth it to look at, like, so Michigan, if you're looking for a certain town in Michigan, search blah 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 Michigan old newspaper archive, and you might find that the library has either sometimes digitally, which is the one, that's what I found, I was so excited, or they might have them in the library. I'm in the same boat though. A lot of times I'm looking like across the world. Like if I'm looking these things up in Iowa, I'm in Massachusetts, so it has to basically be online or I can't access it. So a lot of places are putting more online though, so I think it's worth looking. Look up what newspapers were around at the time that you were trying to figure out, you know. And then if you can search names, oh, hold on. It thinks I'm inactive. If you can search names in those newspapers, you might have good luck. I ended up finding a couple of articles about my grandparents that I didn't know even existed, so that was cool. Helped with dinner and dishes. Played and sang a while. Helped with supper and dishes. Ralph and I went over the river for a walk and went up to Grandpa's a few minutes. Went to bed at 10:30. Okay. Oh, Ralph has a short entry on May 31st. Rainy. Got up at 9. After breakfast, took bath and dressed up. Went driving in afternoon. And walking evening. Okay. Hi, Cheryl Sparkles. I love the sparkles. My grandma... Oh, hold on. I gotta go back. All the way in Arizona. I already read that one. I am at least a quarter Irish, a quarter Scottish, German, and Italian. My grandma by marriage, thankfully, but still. Okay, hold on. I missed something in those comments. Oh, sorry. Yes, diary stuff. Gotta get back on track. It's okay. I have fun with you guys. I don't care if we're off track. This diary, though, does seem like... Because it's 2. It's actually 2, but it seems like it's taking forever. I have to break some news to you guys, though. When I was taking pictures, all of June, Ralph writes, but most of July and August, he doesn't. Georgia does, though. So we still will have something to read, but I was surprised to see that he kind of, like, drops off the face of the earth for a month. And I have a little bit of trauma after what we went through with Todd. Okay. June 1st. Took train. This is Ralph. I'm going back to Georgia. Got up at 6:50. Helped with, yeah, hopefully Georgia will reveal what he's up to, or he'll tell us maybe he's going on a trip or something, you know. I didn't read it, I just took the pictures, so. Worked on my waist in PM. Swept and dusted in morning. Helped with dinner and dishes. Mama and I went downtown. Helped with supper. Whoa. And dishes. Rainy as usual. Went to bed at 10. Ralph. always gets moved over. Oh, it's still moved over. Never mind. You guys can see most of everything, so. Okay, took train for Mount Vernon. That's where he goes to college. Got something in... Oh, got some sleep. On train. And at Cedar Rapids. Recited. So he goes back to school very late at night. Early in the morning, I guess. Recited astronomy. And studied till chapel time. Went to chapel. I'll show you guys pictures of the college after. And chemistry till noon. Studied till 2:30 and recited English. After something C at 3:15. Lab. Did I say lab C? Then labs, probably lab chemistry. That's what he means. Lab C at 3:15. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Chemistry lab. Till 6. Definitely, I think it says lab here. Looks weird, but kind of, it looks, no, I don't know. Oh, I know what it is. It's law, L of C. Law of contracts. Thank you, Carly. I don't know why my brain didn't work there, because it's all he talks about. L of C. Thank you. I am actually just using Google. These are pictures I took on my phone, and then this is just a Google Doc. But it is kind of cropped, so if you like look at the top, you can kind of see that it's Google Docs, but I crop it for the stream so that you don't have to see all of the formatting stuff at the top. It's just the typing area, I guess. I didn't finish this. Went to bed at 9 after writing letter to Georgia and studying a while. It's funny, he just leaves her for one day and he's writing her letters. It's so sweet. Okay, June 2nd. Got up at 6:45. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to show pictures of his college. This is actually the picture from his college yearbook from 1903. And then the pictures I have of... he's probably in this picture. This picture is of the engineering room at the school. So he's most likely one of these lovely men. Maybe this is him back here. Or this, I can't tell. He definitely didn't have a mustache at that time. These are some pictures of the school. So it was Cornell College, not to be confused with Cornell University. I know, I love finding old yearbooks. This college has many old yearbooks that we can flip through. So he was the class of 1903, but they also we have 1904 and 1905. And we've been able to find lots of his classmates in those yearbooks, which is really cool. Got up at 6:45, helped with dishes. Mended, worked on my waist, helped with dinner and dishes, helped with washing, went downtown with Myrtle to see President Roosevelt. He only stopped 15 minutes in our city. Oh, we gotta look this up. That is cool. Big crowd. out to see him. Can you imagine being alive to see President Roosevelt? Big crowd out to see him. Helped with supper and dishes. I love how it's just back to dishes after that, but mowed a little grass. She's been mowing the lawn a lot. Read. Went to bed at 10:15. Okay, so do I read Ralph's and then look up? Yeah, no, I'm going. He's just at school, so I'm going to go to the newspaper and look up in October 19. No, what am I doing? Not October, because we're doing. That was when we were looking for the sewer. I'm gonna look up Roosevelt, June 1903. Maybe that's not specific enough. June 2nd. Here. The president's visit. Waterloo today will experience the felicitation of entertaining. I love the wording. The president probably came through on a train. Yeah, he probably went to go stop at every city. Of entertaining for a brief period the chief executive of the nation. Perhaps the word entertaining is not apropos. Receiving might more properly express the thought intended. Or better still, the president will honor Waterloo with his distinguished presence. Waterloo is proud of the fact of having Theodore Roosevelt within her gates. The thousands that will so enthusiastically greet him will be a token of the wholeheartedness and patriotism. So many long sentences. Now I want to know what he was doing. Every occupant of that exalted station who may be our fleeting guest with distinguished courtesy and marked consideration. Like, what? Dude, where's the details? We need more context. Yeah, we just got a lot of word fluff. Certainly the embodiment of all that is best in American manhood. He possesses the rugged traits of fearlessness, honesty, fidelity to duty, mental and physical capacity, and frankness. And it might be added, strenuosity? Oh my god, they're like doing a whole entire profile on him. He's from Dutch ancestors. In a diary from 1938, Elaine went to see his cousin FDR dedicate a building in San Diego. Haha. Actually, the diary detectives, we have an extra diary that we're reading. Good unbiased journalism, yeah. We're reading through one that's a 5-year diary, but it's actually, she wrote in it like over many decades. But they went to go see the president. She lived closer to Washington, D.C., but they actually went to D.C. Which president was it, guys? I forget. Maybe you'll remember. Okay, let's see. Animals and white flour bread. Okay, I really don't have the mental capacity to read through this and find the details of where he was and why, but I'm probably going to add it to my list and look at it on my own time. Why can't they just explain? I mean, I'm also not really reading. May his excellencies serve the public well in the future as they have in the past. I know, you don't see journalism like this about presidents nowadays. It's usually the opposite. Okay, I'm just going to save that. Let's see what this one was. I don't know. That doesn't seem like it's about the same thing. Let's see if maybe the day before they were... Oh, here we go. Just need like a quicker blurb. Did that open? Here he is. Waterloo's visitor today. That's so cool. Wonder if they took that picture, or if that's from, like, a different... Like, if they took the picture when he got there. Okay. Today is Roosevelt Day. The day on which thousands of Waterlooans and visitors, including the 1,200 visiting Masons, greets the President of the United States on his return from his Western tour. Okay. So that... He was on a tour of Western U.S., probably going around on the trains, and he stopped in Waterloo. So did she say he only stopped for 15 minutes? Did he really make, like, a speech in 15 minutes? Or maybe she just... He made an appearance for 15 minutes. Oh. Okay. While the citizens of Waterloo and the Masons were somewhat disappointed in the declination of the president to make a longer stop at Waterloo. Yes, thanks, Carly. I know, I just need to keep reading. This fact was not allowed to detract from the warmth of the welcome accorded to Mr. Roosevelt and his party, or to diminish the crowd which turned up to see and hear him. Okay. They wanted him to make a short talk before the Grand Lodge of the Masons and also deliver his public address from the East Side Park. We can look that up. Committee composed of blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. Grand Master Gardner asked the president to appear before the body now in session in this city. This Mr. Roosevelt said he could not do, and would have to confine himself to the original arrangement of speaking from the railway station. Too many other towns east of Waterloo clamoring for stops, and if he made an exception of this city in the matter of time, he could not well refuse the slight of the other towns. That sounds like the reasoning I give my students when they're like, can I have an extra something or other sticker for my picture? Well, I can't, because if I gave you an extra sticker, I'd have to give everybody an extra sticker, and I don't have enough. Oh, it's funny. Great as was the disappointment of the Masonic brethren, they accepted the refusal with good grace. Oh, I can't wait to save those articles. That's cool. We've been able to find a lot of extra little things. Hi. Oh, Ian's lurking. Teddy Roosevelt. Love it. Sitting in a chair in the grass. Just for 5 minutes, though, and then he had to leave. Oh. No, he doesn't want to. Here comes Claude. A good boy. He's purring. He's nervous purring. He didn't know he was going to be on camera. You're making him nervous. Okay. I wonder if Ralph was jealous. Not too much grass sitting, you'll get soft. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if Eleanor was there. Did it mention her? I was skimming, but... Let me see. See if... I don't know if they would actually say her first name. Is there an E? Either way, it would still pop up. I don't know. Actually, I think it just talks about him. I'll have to dig a little deeper. Oh, he married Eleanor in 1905? So he's not even married at this point? Huh. He's a single young man. Okay, so this here, hold on. This is 1903. This random little section did mention Mrs. Roosevelt, the amiable, hospitable wife of our president. I don't know what this is saying. Like, I don't know what this is about, but I don't think it's about his tour matrix glitch. Oh. Okay. Yeah, there's more than one Roosevelt. Duh. Okay, so that's why they're mentioning her. Edith. Wrong Roosevelt. I know. Good job, because I know nothing. That's why they're mentioning her, like, totally about something else. Because that doesn't really make sense if she was his wife, like, that she, I don't know, be off doing something else. I guess maybe she would, but... Okay. That's cleared up. Yes, this is Teddy. Okay. June 2nd for Ralph. Went to chemistry. I was always amazed at, like, people who could memorize all the presidents and when they were president. I can't do that. And worked till chapel time. Edith is such a good old lady name. Yeah, we have a lot of good old lady names that come up in the diaries. There were quite a few Ednas have come up. We had a very famous Edna in the last diary that we read. What are some other ones? Well, Myrtle. Myrtle and, what's the other one? That's her friend. They're mentioned together and they're kind of like almost the same. Is she in here? Minnie or something? It's one of Georgia's friends that I actually did find a picture of, and I always forget. Minnie. No, that's another one. Minnie Henning. Mabel. Mabel and Myrtle. Edna Jr., yep. AP US History in high school has come in handy. Oh, yeah. I did not take AP US History. I couldn't do that to myself. Our history teacher at my school was really weird. Like, really extra. I did not want to do it. Recited law of contracts in chem till noon. Studied till 2:30 and recited astronomy to Professor Collin. Chemistry till 6. Actually, speaking of history class, it's funny because I never was very interested in history in school. Just because I think of the way it was taught. I could never remember dates or people, or I could remember them up until the test and then it just didn't stick and didn't really mean anything in my brain. But this kind of history I'm really interested in. And for example, like when I'm reading the 1917 diary, a lot of world history now that wouldn't have stuck with me if I had read a textbook, now I've learned that just by reading her story through it. So it's really cool. I guess that's just how I learn. I also felt that way in college when I was taking art history. I felt like a lot of world events that were happening that influenced the art at the time, that actually made more sense to me and like stuck in my brain more than just reading this happened and this year and this war between these people and these people were in power. So I don't know. I guess because it's just less bland. It has a story to it. Oh, I'm such a huge nerd, so it's become my entire personality. Oh, I missed the first comment. Great-grandmother's name is Gertrude. Oh, love it. Genevieve. That's beautiful. Back in college now, starting to reconsider pursuing history. Oh, nice. Such a huge nerd, so it's become my entire personality. Here's the way I'm going to teach it. Gonna get into it. Oh, nice. Random little interesting stories. Probably because you were learning through a medium you enjoyed. Yes, it makes a big difference. Studied in evening and went to bed at 10. Yeah, even like my memory, I feel like I have a terrible memory, but then stuff like this, like that sewer that came up earlier, I'm like, oh, I know that sewer. Like, why do I remember that? From a year ago, a random sewer, I guess because it was an interesting tidbit that they had a banquet in the sewer, but little things, like I know Ralph's birth year, 1881, I'll know that, probably forever. It's just, if you're interested in it, you'll remember it. Like, your grandmother was a history professor, she'd be so ashamed I don't know more about history. You know? I wish I knew more, it's embarrassing sometimes, but I'll read about it, and I'll forget. So, I guess I just need to read a diary from every year. Also, hi diary detectives. Has diary with Charles last week. Yes, I know, it was hard not having a live last week. I actually, though, I needed the break before school started because I was in utter denial that I was going back. Today was the first day. Ironed a while, washed dishes. Took Papa, but the Diary Detectives actually had 2 special video meetings in a row last time, so they've seen enough of me. They didn't miss me. Took Papa out to North or to N to work with the horse. To N, out north, not to north. To work with the horse. Went to Grandma's with some things. That's specific. And up to grocery store. After some things. Also very specific. What'd you get? Just some things. Went downtown. Went after Papa with horse. Helped with dinner, dishes. Had a shower. I think that's the first time she's ever mentioned taking a shower or bathing. Not that she doesn't do it. She did mention washing her hair once. Went to train to meet Ralph. Ralph always tells us when he takes a bath. I know, a shower is interesting. Because Ralph always bathes, takes a bath, and then he shaves. Went to train to meet Ralph. Went up to Grandpa's before, and when I got back from train. Got caught in rain. Helped with supper. What a long day. And dishes. Went to park. To band concert. Went to bed at 11. Okay. We're going to look up the band concert. I think this might be the last day that I do because I just got suddenly hungry. Oh no, Ralph didn't even write. He didn't write till the 5th. Okay, so I'm going to just write in here that Ralph is blank for, I'll do that next week. For the next few days, Ralph is blank. But I do want to look up the band concert, and then I think I'm going to go eat because whatever Ian's cooking up there smells good. So we're in June of 1903, and we're looking up concert in Waterloo. I'm gonna have to be more specific than that, probably. Oh, maybe not. Band concert. We got it. No, yeah, we do. Wednesday, June 3rd. All visiting Masons and their ladies are invited to attend a band concert and ball at Sans Souci Park. They've brought that up a few times. Good concert if you can't write for a few days. Yeah. These beautiful grounds will be decorated for the occasion. The Fitzgerald Concert Band of 40 pieces will give one of their delightful concerts. Dancing in the Summer Hotel, Sans Souci. Boating on the Cedar River, fireworks, etc. Entertainment free to all Masons and their ladies. Fare between the cities and Sans Souci. 5 cents. Electric cars every 15 minutes. Wow, fancy. And this is the same thing. Band concert. Let's look up the park. Oh, it's an island? Yeah. Okay, how about we find some old pictures of it? I love Google. Okay. This is on eBay. Oh, it's a hotel. Here. It's only $8. feel like they may have mentioned this park before. Oh, it's so, here we go. Bigger. Island Resort. Electric Park. Waterloo, Iowa. 1910. Let's see, did they mention... this is just their diary. I could look in... Let's do this. I don't think Ralph was hanging out in Waterloo at all in his 1901 diary, but I'll look it up anyway. No. But her 1895 diary, maybe she did something there. Nope. I must have just seen it on maps then. Well, that's cool. A new place. Oh, thank you, Emily. It's, my... I don't know what the word would be. There are probably better ways to do it, but I find this makes most sense for me because it's like a scrapbook where you can crop things and paste things, kind of like a collage. And also, my favorite thing is you can link things without it being ugly. So, like this article, I have a picture of it, but I also have the link to it, and it doesn't have to be in the page, like, looking all ugly where you have to click on it or copy and paste it. So I think it works. And then I also have been able to easily put it on, you have unlocked Electric Park. I've also been able to link it to my website pretty easily, so it's a good way to share the diary and have it be, like, accessible to everybody without having to download anything or, you know, it updates automatically, so I don't have to, every time I change something, I don't have to re-upload. Yeah, it's just like a little detective thing, you know? It's like a little trick that I found. I use Google Slides a lot for work and for school, so it just kind of came naturally. And it's also great because if you wanted to collaborate with people, like the Patreon subscribers, they're all in my Google Slide or Google Drive, so we can kind of like work on things together, and it's an easy platform. I love Google Slides. And then the only reason why I used Google Docs, Google Docs is fine, but so is Word. But I didn't have Word on my new computer, so I have just been using this. And it's also, you know, everyone can access it. If I wanted to have another editor on here, it would be easy. But yeah, so it seems more complicated than it actually is. These are also just pictures I took on my phone, but it works. Alright guys, so next week I made a live event. Hopefully next week I won't have issues in the beginning with technology. That was annoying. But I do have it scheduled. It's next Thursday at 6 p.m. And I'll see you guys then. Thank you for sticking with me. I know it is annoying when the live freezes or the microphone's not working. I was pretty disheartened in the beginning, but I'm glad that it all came together. Good to see you guys. If you're a diary detective, I'll see you in the Discord. Thank you for coming. That's what makes it fun. But you're welcome. Good night. All right. Bye, everybody. See you next week.